Okay, welcome. Right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to use your TI-84 to do a little bit of graphing here. Okay, we're going to graph two functions here. I'm going to show you a couple things related to this. So here we go. First of all, obviously we're going to turn our graphing calculator on. Okay, that gets us to our home screen here, but what we're interested in is graphing. Now your calculator is programmed to accept what we call explicit functions. So y equals, okay? And if you look at both of the functions that we're going to graph here, they're both y equals, y equals. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up to our top left-hand corner and press y equals. And this takes us into our screen here where the graph is prepared, the calculator is prepared to accept our plots. Now, I'm going to enter in the first equation, y equals 1/2 x plus 3. Okay, so this is pretty straightforward. So 1 divided by 2, okay, there's our 1/2. Now, instead of using the alpha x button, which would be alpha down here, there's the x here, the calculator actually has a button for you right here, right next to your alpha button. It's got the x, the tau, a theta, and an n on that. That's actually the variable button that you want to use. So 1/2 x plus 3. Okay, so plus 3. And there we go. Now you don't have to, but you press enter and then that puts that here into y1. And you can actually graph several. I think you can go down to 10 of these. And now to see the graph, all you got to do is go up here and press the button labeled graph. And the calculator plots that for you. Now there's other things that we can do with that, but that right now that's what you want to be able to do here is just enter in an equation and plot it. Okay, now let's try this second one here because I want to show you something else that you can do. Okay, so we'll go back to y equals, and I will, if I just press clear, I just make sure my cursor is up here, and if I just press clear now, it gets rid of that equation. Now I can enter my new one, and it was negative x minus 2 squared plus 13. Okay, so now in this case right here, it's negative, not subtraction, and you will notice a difference. If I just press both of those, okay, notice that the negative sign is a little one, the subtraction sign is a bigger one. Sometimes that becomes a problem, and it's very hard to see. Like calculator will give you an error because you used the wrong symbol here. But we're going to use negative, okay, bracket. I'm going to use my x button up here again. X, this time this is subtraction, so minus 2 bracket squared. Here's my squared button, plus 13. Enter. And so there's my equation. Now, when I press graph this time, though, just wait for it. Oh, look at that. I've got this parabola shape here, okay? This kind of a graph that opens down here. Obviously, it hits some sort of peak up here, but my graph isn't quite showing that to me. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to adjust the calculator to show me that part up there. Okay, and to do that, we're going to press the window button because the window button deals with the dimensions of the screen that are being shown. So if I press window, the default settings of the calculator here go from negative 10 to 10. So that's left side at negative 10, right side at positive 10, and then a scale of 1, which means all of these little marks here along the axis are going up by 1. And then we see the same thing for here for the y. The y min is negative 10, the y max is positive 10, and it's got a scale of 1. And then there's the resolution here. There's a couple things, what it goes up by, but actually don't worry about those. Those aren't really going to cause much of an issue here for us at all. But it's these guys here that will. When I look at my graph, I notice that I'm seeing enough of it horizontally, but I'm missing is the top part here. So what I want to do is I want to go and make that that y max just a bit bigger. And I don't know what it is. I'm just going to guess at it. Let's just say 20. Okay, and now if I press graph and wait for it, well, and there it is. And now I can see the significant features of the graph here. Let's say that I'm done and I want to graph something else, okay, and these window settings right now don't work for me, okay. I can change that. I can either go back and change y max to 10, which was what it was originally, or alternately, what I can do to go right back to what it should have been at the beginning is if you press the button here called zoom number 6, and you can just press 6 if you wanted there, but zoom 6 here, zoom standard, takes you right back to the factory default settings, which is, if you go back there, -10, 10, 1, -10, 10, 1.